with your host, Taylor Patrizzi.
Hello, and welcome to the Hatters Coaches Show. I'm your host, Taylor Patrizzi. This week's show features insight from Stetson football coach Roger Hughes. He'll give us a look into the upcoming matchup against Sacred Heart. Also in this week's show, we'll look at tweets and commentary from our student body in our Twitter Instagram section. Then we'll have a little fun in our student versus athlete section called Catch a Pie. You won't want to miss it.
Really pleased with how the kids came back over the long haul of summer. It's clear they worked very hard. Most all of them passed the conditioning test. Most all of them are ready to go, and I think there's a little higher expectation the kids are putting on themselves. Last year we had high expectations and kind of took a step backwards, and I think they remember that, and certainly they've put in the time and the work in our off season and in the summertime to get themselves in position to take advantage of the opportunities they have. I think one of the reasons they did that is our strength coach Mark Wateska. He was new to our program last fall. Mark has a wealth of experience at the Division I level and has certainly helped us change the culture and change the work ethic and frankly our toughness level throughout the off season and in the summertime. And I think one of the reasons we had more kids stay in the summer, we had in the high 20s stay all summer, is because of Mark's workout program and frankly their dedication to making this season special. So we've got 14 fifth-year seniors, we've got 7 regular seniors who did not redshirt, so 21 leaders on the team. That's finally coming through. And one of the things that I think as a coaching staff we're doing a better job of is we're coaching leadership and coaching team culture a lot more. If you go back to when we started the program and these fifth-year seniors were only freshmen, we didn't have any upperclassmen to teach them what the culture was. We didn't have any upperclassmen to really talk to them about how to act when they weren't around football. As coaches, we can coach them in the film room, on the field, in practice. But once they leave that, in the cafeteria, in the dorms, socially outside in the classroom, generally it's upperclassmen that teach them the culture and the way to act and the expectations that a program has. Well, these fifth-year seniors didn't have that. And so what they're doing now as fifth-year seniors is they're taking the time to make sure our younger kids, our sophomores and freshmen, are understanding exactly what it's like and what's expected of them to be a Stetson football player. And that's really relieved that part of things from the coaching staff so we can focus more on the football, X's and O's, and those type of things. So really pleased with where we're going right now. We've had one major injury in that we had a quarterback go down with a dislocated hip. But you got to have a next man up kind of attitude, and Gavin DiFilippo right now is lined up to start. He redshirted last year, and we're really looking forward to getting him on the field.
Newsflash, a new leader has emerged in the race for Stetson's season tickets, and it's none other than John B., a man of the people. He's voting for the Hatters and stuffing the ballot box at the polls. He's also great with babies. It was a tight race, but it looks like John B. is first at the polls and first at the Stetson Hatters season ticket box office, where you can get your season tickets today.
Versus athlete. Mitchell Roby, Donald Penn. Round 1. Round 2. Round 3. Round 4. Final round.
Mitchell Roby, and I just got pied.
Yikes, that's what I call catching a pie. Let's check in with Coach Hughes for his final words from the segment.
Defensively, we're going to be very aggressive like always. I think, Donald Payne came back for his 5th year, and he was probably the best recruit of this class right now to get him to come back for his 5th year. Just to refresh your memory, he has a chance to really leave Stetson as maybe the most decorated athlete Stetson's ever had. He's been a 2-time All-American, 3-time All-Pioneer Football League. He was the Defensive Player of the Year twice. And in addition, he gets it done in the classroom because he's been an academic All-American as well with the mid-3s GPA and finance. So he's the full package. We've had some scouts on campus recently here in the fall as well as last spring from the NFL just kind of checking him out because his numbers have just been no short of astounding. He led the nation in tackles his sophomore year, all levels. In that year, he actually tied an NC2A record for 30 tackles in one game. And he's a really exciting player to come watch. Every time something happens around the ball and we're on defense, usually number 7's around there. And I promise you that everyone on the opposition's offense knows where number 7 lines up. He just makes plays everywhere, and you're going to see us use Donald a lot more in special teams this year. He's such an explosive player that we're going to give him an opportunities to maybe get the ball on a punt return as well as rush the punter and be there on kickoff and kickoff return. So you're going to see a much more expanded role in the special teams for Donald as we go forward. The other side of the defense, we have Chris Atkins, Glenn Adesoji, who are back also in the secondary, who are 5th-year seniors. And then I think we'll be much improved in the defensive line. First of all, we'll be full strength. Shane White returned from a knee injury that he had last year. We miss Shane a lot. And he and Davian Belk will anchor the line of the defensive ends. We've also got Jeffrey Falabelle there as well, and Eddie Curry playing the defensive ends, and we really should be pretty good up front, and I think that's going to lend itself to taking a lot of pressure off the secondary. Offensively, we're going to be a mixed bag in the offensive line. We have 2 5th-year seniors returning in Pat Fogarty and Matt Wydwinkowski. No, that's not Matt Wozniak, excuse me. They'll be on the left side. We'll be breaking in a new center. Right now, that's up for grabs. It'll either be Garrett Mullen or Patrick Farley, who's a sophomore and freshman, so he'll be young at the center position. And on the right side, Jimmy McCammon returns as a starter as a sophomore, and then we're looking for the right tackle. So that will kind of determine what that's going to look like once the scrimmage is over. In the backfield, we'll be very, very experienced. Mike Yonker returns for his 5th year. He's been in all kinds of utility man, good blocker, good pass receiver. And behind him, Cole Mazza will be the tailback. And Cole, as you may remember, missed almost 5 games last year with a turf toe. So I think he's back. He's had a great summer workout. He's looking very good in drills, and I can't wait to see him play on the field. Behind Cole, we'll have a kid named Arkey Brown. Arkey was a freshman last year, got a little bit of playing time, but has really stayed here all summer, worked hard, and has really emerged not only as a great player, but as a great leader for our team, even though he's just a sophomore. At tight end, we return Austin Marks, will be a senior, and then if you were at the spring game, Donald Parham, he's 6'8" and is very agile, and he's only a sophomore, and he's much, much stronger now than he was as a freshman. And then Austin Terrell has returned from offensive line to go out to the tight end position, will be a great blocker, good pass catcher, and has really worked on his ball skills to improve there. So we'll have 3 guys there that we think will help us a bunch. At wide receiver, Darian Wright returns. He's had a knee injury that's really kept him out of really performing for the last year and a half. And so he's back to full strength now and will be playing this week, as well as Keegan Moore, who is, I believe, a preseason Pioneer Football League all-conference wide receiver. Keegan is an extremely explosive young man who can take the ball deep, very agile. When he touches the ball, big things happen. And I think last year he missed a lot of the season with a hyperextended elbow. He got hurt in the very first play of the very first game, and we really didn't get him back till about game 7 or 8. And at that point in time, you're still kind of trying to get your way back in. Our kicking game should be pretty strong. We've got Gary Gowling returning as our long snapper, and he had again a great summer. Our kickoffs will be handled by Grant Amick, and our PAT field goals will either be Grant Amick or a young freshman whose last name is Messina, who will come in. We'll see how he kicks in the scrimmage on Saturday. Punting-wise, Eric Fogel returns. We lost James Lagama, who is phenomenal, but Eric is ready to go, and so we expect good things out of him as well. So overall, we'll be ready to roll.
Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to see featured in any of our upcoming episodes, whether that be questions for coaches, athletes, or even our Catch a Pie series, we'd love to hear from you, so remember to tag us. I'm Taylor Petruzzi, and I'll see you next week.